Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Soulful Sharon. Y'all must be wondering, where am I today? Today, I'm not in my kitchen. I've got my kitchen in my hall today. And well, it's so extremely hot in the kitchen that I thought, why not use the hall and why not try baking in the hall today? So, today I'm going to bake a healthy carrot cake. Why healthy? Because you all know that carrots are good for vision. It has different oxidants, good for your bones, good for your eyesight, and various other reasons. Also, there's no sugar in this cake and no maida as well. So you all must be thinking, without sugar and maida, how come you're going to bake a cake? Well, yes, definitely we will. So we are going to use different interesting ingredients full of proteins, oxidants, calcium, good for your bones and for your body. It can be eaten by kids, even old age, people who have various diseases can also consume it. So it's a healthy carrot cake recipe. Well, I guess I'm matching with these curtains today. Well, I never decided to be a twin to this curtain, but I don't know. It just happened that I'm wearing this kurta today because I just love it. And it's cotton. You all also must be thinking, what is this desk here? So this is basically my office desk. I use it whenever I have my office work and I use it every other day. And but I have turned this into my baking table today. Well, there's always a jugaad for everything. So yes, let's get going. Well, I'll quickly share all the ingredients that I'm going to use. Firstly, I'm going to use almond flour. So you all must be thinking which flour I would be using. So yes, it's almond flour made of badam. And then I'm going to use some desiccated coconut. So the almond flour that I'm using, it's 75 grams. And the desiccated coconut that I'm using, it's 25 grams of desiccated coconut. And here comes chopped carrots. So I chopped these carrots finely with a grater. I have used 1.5 carrot, or you can use 2 small medium carrots. Then I'm going to use a pinch of ginger powder. Then comes the nutmeg powder. We have the baking powder and baking soda, just a pinch of it, not more. This is the home ground cinnamon powder that I have. You all must be thinking there are so many spices in this cake. Well, this cake, so when the spices get into the carrots, it releases a very nice flavor. So I'm using maple syrup. So you all must need some, I mean, we all use honey or jaggery or, sugar. But maple syrup is made from a sap of a maple tree. These trees are not the trees are not in India. They are basically in US, North US and Canada. So whatever extracts come from the tree, they boil it down and then a syrup is prepared from it. Yes, it's expensive. I ordered it from Amazon and I refrained from using honey or jaggery. This syrup has lowest calories and also has a bit of sweetness which enhances the flavor in the cake. Then we have some nuts, walnuts, and then black raisins. So these black raisins are seedless raisins. I soaked them in hot water for a while, and then I chopped it into fine pieces. And lastly, half cup of butter, melted butter. And also we are going to add 1 egg. I forgot to bring the egg here. I'll quickly get it from my kitchen. So these were the ingredients, and let's start mixing everything together and I'll quickly show you. I have taken 1 egg. So I begin with mixing all the wet ingredients together, beating the egg and then adding melted butter in it. In case you do not have melted butter, you can also add oil in it, coconut oil. It's a good substitute. Adding some maple syrup. You can use 20 ml of maple syrup. And in case you do not have maple syrup, A good substitute would be honey. You can use honey, adding some milk, and then beating all the ingredients together. That's when I realized the bowl that I have used is very small. So I shifted my bowl and then adding all the dry ingredients, the almond flour. In case you do not have almond flour, a good substitute would be oats flour. You can use the oats flour. You can roast the oats and grind it and add it. Then using the desiccated coconut and adding all the spices together to blend in the ginger powder, cinnamon powder, and the nutmeg powder. And once I add in all the spices, I would also add the carrots, and then comes the nuts. Well, here I am adding vanilla essence. In case you do not have vanilla essence, you can skip it. This is apple paste that I have done. I have just grinded the apple and I've added half an apple in this for some sweetness. You know, apples release their sweetness. Because here we are not adding any sugar apart from maple syrup. So I thought adding a fruit would be nice for the sweetness. And then finally the grated carrots. I have finely grated the carrots with a grater, adding some walnuts. I have chopped the walnuts, and here comes raisins. These are black seedless raisins, and finally adding some baking powder. Just add a pinch of it. Okay, and then we need to blend in all the ingredients together. This is the last step of baking the cake. So either you can use your hands to blend in, or you can also, use the beater. Not forgetting to add the salt. Salt balances all the flavors together. Here you need to gently mold the batter. I'm gently molding it nicely so that scraping all the ingredients if they are below stuck on in the vessel. So, and then you need to preheat your oven for 180 degrees for 10 minutes before you place the batter. This is how the batter looks. I have used this tin. I'm in the cake tray. I have greased it with butter, and then I have poured the batter in this cake tray. And this is how it looks. Isn't it beautiful?
Place the cake tray in the oven for 45 minutes at 180 degrees. You can gradually reduce the temperature to 120 degrees. Keep on checking whether it's cooked.
Well, we come to the frosting part. We are just adding some cream cheese and butter and whisking it, adding some vanilla essence to it and maple syrup again for the sweetness for the frosting, and beating everything together, and you can see it's just like a whipped cream. Adding this on the top layer of the cake so that it blends nicely, and then we would refrigerate it for some time. Then decorate it with dry fruits. Here I have just used my turning table so that it's comfortable for me to twist and turn and apply the cream on all the sides of the cake. In case you don't have it, it's completely fine. You can just place it and apply cream on all the sides. Well, this is how the cake looks. Just a closer view for all of y'all. It's loaded with dry fruits and pistachios. Now let's eat and then I'll tell you the reviews. Well, this cake turns out to be super moist, so you need to be careful when you cut or when you shift from, from your cake tray to a plate or any other place that you're keeping because it's very moist, so there are chances of breaking. So you have to be very careful. So this is how the cake looks. I've just taken a piece, and if you see, it's so moist. Okay. Mm. It's very yum. Well, I'm not a professional baker, just a home baker. So whenever I get the opportunity to bake cakes, I do love it. And I had also participated in the MasterChef competition in our church. In the next clip, you all can see we all were being instructed for the upcoming competition. You can see our faces looking tensed, worried. Well, we were all the best chefs and we are the best chefs in our own houses. And it was really a wonderful event, very well organized. And I was very grateful for the opportunity, that was given to each one of us. And also in the next clip, you can see my table, how it was decorated, and the judges would come. So we had 3 judges from Taj coming over, and they had, given us points for the nutrition value and for presentation, taste, etc. You can see in the next clip.
Is carrot cake. Yeah, so much I did this carrot cake. Okay, here we go with the carrot cake. Over to the judges.
Have you made this?
Yes, I have made this. Yes.
What are the layers in this?
So I've used almond flour and desiccated coconut and cinnamon powder and nutmeg powder and raisins for the sweetness and maple syrup. So it's basically a cake without sugar and gluten free because we all are living a healthy lifestyle. So avoiding maida. You can also add oats flour in case you don't have almond flour.
What do you have used?
Almond flour. Yes.
What is white?
It's cream cheese frosting. So cream cheese, I added a bit of maple syrup, a bit of vanilla essence and a bit of butter. And no sugar, only maple syrup.
You added
And I added some apple as well in the cake. Desiccated coconut, yes.
have you mentioned desiccated coconut?
Yes.
You are not
I
going to use
just-
is there?
Okay, it's there.
As per vegan, this is fantastic.
That's what we can find that.
Thank you.
It was not because of that frosting what we and the
Yes.
peppers was the right way.
Yes, thank you.
If you have done honey also, it's not a vegan.
Oh,
Correct.
yeah.
Yes. Yes, right. And honey has more calories compared to maple syrup.
It's okay, but then some people use the honey also.
Right, yes.
They don't know the
Maple syrup.
but the vegan is really fantastic. Great.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Tasty. Only thing you have to mention the vegan.
Vegan, yeah. I forgot this word. Vegan.
More selling.
More so.
Correct, yeah.
Trending. Now it's trending.
Yeah.
Well, I just took a clip of this. You can see I have decorated my table with some nice plates and a cake on it, a rotating table with a cake and the recipe card here. I have mentioned all the dry and wet ingredients along with the directions for a healthy carrot cake. And this is how it looked. I hope you all love the way I have decorated, the table. And finally, I won the first runner-up prize for the MasterChef competition, and I was the happiest. Thank you all for your love. I hope you have loved today's healthy carrot cake gluten-free recipe. And if you have any feedback or suggestions, please do leave it in the comment section. I do check the comment section regularly. And if you have loved today's video, do not forget to subscribe, like, and hit the bell icon as well. And well, this cake is specially for all the women out there, as I would like to wish each and every woman happy Women's Day, more love to each and every woman out there, more power, and well, they say that love needs to be celebrated every day and not one single day. Similarly, I feel that Women's Day needs to be celebrated every day and not one day. But well, we all have women in our life, and do not forget to celebrate womanship. If you have women in your house, your mother, your sister, your daughter, your aunts, your friends, do make them feel special. Do value the relations. Well, once again, happy Women's Day to all the women out there juggling between their home, their house chores, as well as office work, balancing their lives with their children, with all the relationships and their family. Let peace abide in all of you all. Stay safe and do take care and love yourself and be happy. Goodbye.